Hi, I'd like to share with you today how to change your name back to your maiden name. Also, how you can change your name, but there are a little bit different processes depending on your state. So I didn't want to change my name during my divorce because I had children in the home. Now my youngest is 18 and gone, and I have girls, so they're going to be changing their name anyway, so there's no reason for me to keep my my married name. So I contacted a lawyer, and they told me it'd be $1,500 to go through the courts and do the paperwork. I ran into a judge, and I asked him, and he said to do it online, to fill out the papers online. The courts have those papers online that you can fill out and then file. So the do-it-yourself way was $350. In my particular state. It might be different in other states. But while I was researching and looking, because you need either a divorce decree that says in the laws that you need to have the name specified. But then I guess the government in their wisdom realized that if the woman is getting divorced, she most likely would want to return to her maiden name anyway. So they passed a law that said you can just go back to your maiden name as long as you have a signed divorce decree that's official from the court. So I learned that a side way after spending a couple of weeks researching and trying to figure it out, because in our state, and probably in most states, you have to have a statement from the child sexual abuse people saying that you are not a sexual abuser trying to change your name to get out of the registry. So I had gone already and sent that off, and it takes a week or two. And in the meantime, I had a friend that works at the licensing division, DMV type place, and she told me that I didn't need anything except an official divorce decree. So I went ahead. It was about $10 to get an official decree. You have to have it actually signed from the courts. It can't just be one from an attorney that I just had one from that was faxed from my attorney. So you have to have an official one that's stamped by the courts. So that'll cost you, like I said, mine was $10 or so. And then you take it to the DMV, and as long as, I think as long as you have that decree, you can go back to your maiden name. I don't know if you have to have had a license in the maiden name, driver's license prior, but I already did, so they didn't need anything other than that decree. So it took me seriously like 5 minutes at the DMV to fill out the paperwork and get a new license. They just checked my eyes and said, "You're great, go ahead." And they took a picture and got me a new license within 5-10 minutes. And then for Social Security, you have to show them your old license and your divorce decree. And usually they have your maiden name with your Social Security number on it anyway. So all they have to do is actually see in person your divorce decree. So I live in the middle of nowhere. So I had to actually mail it in, and it takes a couple weeks, and they just, I could Skype. They have a little satellite places. So I just showed them my old license through the Skype, and then they actually had to see the divorce decree legally. So I mailed it in. They have a self-mailing envelope and everything. I could have driven several hours to go and wait in line and do that, but I wasn't in a hurry. I was waiting for my driver's license to come back anyway, so that really didn't matter to me. So those were the two main things. Once those two things are done, it goes really fast from there. So I called all my credit card companies, and CitiCard was a 2-day turnaround time. They FedExed it to me. They changed it on my password alone, and figured if I wanted to change my name, it didn't matter. It's same social. And so I had it within 2 days. Discover Card took about 3 days. American Express and Chase took American Express. You can go online and print it out, or they mail you a paper, and then you have to mail them a copy of your new license or divorce decree or some other documentation. So that one's going to take a week or so to get the new cards out. And then Chase mailed it out immediately, and they were a little bit easier, but you still have to send them a divorce decree. So just know that with Discover and CitiCard, I didn't have to. Now, going to the bank, you have to have your new Social Security card with your maiden name on it before they will allow you to change the name on your state banking accounts. But the Social Security takes a couple weeks if you mail it in. So it's just depending on your timeline. You can either go wait in line and have that and then go right to the banks. But also then I asked them, what do I do about my checks that are coming in, my married name? And they said you just endorse the married name into your maiden name and then sign that, and they'll cash it for you, because obviously they have both names on file. But then you would need to order new checks with your new name because your license isn't going to correspond with your checks. So that takes a second. If you need to order the checks, you might want to do that as soon as possible so that you have those if you need them. So then the utilities some were easier than others. The worst wait I had of all was the phone company. I was on hold for 20 minutes plus just to change my name over, my last name over. Nothing else changed, and it was awful, really, really awful. But all the other utilities were rather fast, and didn't have a problem with any of the other utilities. Then titles on your car and your home. If you own those titles, you just basically go in, show them your divorce decree and your new license or whatever, and then they will get you new ones. But it costs about $10 or $15 per car. Then the house title, you have to get somebody from a title company to do a change of name, basically a warranty deed, changing your name over, and that cost me under $15 to do. So that wasn't hard, but I had somebody that was willing to do the title work for me for free. They did warn me when I called about changing it. The recorder warned me that title companies will vary drastically in the fees that they will charge you to do that. So you want to make it very clear that you're not selling the house, so the taxes and everything aren't an issue. You just need a change of name on the title. And so call around to different title companies if you don't know somebody that will do that inexpensively or free for you. But because I have a family in the business, it cost me less than $15 to just register the new warranty. So for them to mail out a new title or change the name on the lot or whatever. So I guess to record the new name, it was a small fee. So then insurance companies, super easy. I just called my agent and they got it transferred over for me. Life insurance policies, home insurance, car insurance, any kind of life insurance policy, you want to make sure that you change that over as well. And then any professional licensing that you have for your job or anything. Also schools, your kids' schools, if you still have that, or your schooling, if you might need to have that. It might be in your maiden name or not, but if not, you want to make sure that that's taken care of. The hospital records were super easy as well, but I did actually have to go in person and show them my new driver's license to change my medical records back over to my maiden name, because all the ones from this area, I was always married here, so they don't have any records in my maiden name. So, but that only took about 5 minutes. Just walked in to the front registrars, they changed it over in their computer after they scanned my license, and it was really quick. So for less than $50, I changed everything over, and it took me a couple days, basically, not the full days, just here and there calling people at will. So super easy. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. But that was it, and it was quite inexpensive how I did it. And so good luck. I was very grateful. I have kind of a unique married name, and nobody could say it. My family all says it different. My kids say it different. My family could never spell it. Every time I would call anybody, I would have to spell it out. And my maiden name is very easy, and it was wonderful. I just called in, and I had to spell my married name every time on all of the calls, and my maiden name I didn't have to spell once. It was so wonderful to not have to spell that name every time. So for me, there's a lot of reasons that it was easier for me to go back to that. So anyway, hopefully I didn't miss anything. Don't go through the courts if you don't have to. Save yourself a lot of money. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will post a blog about this, so check out my blog, thesecretisgratitude.com, and then my YouTube channel has all sorts of 500 plus videos of just different things. I kind of just post about everything. So thanks for watching, and have a blessed day.